What's going on out there? We about to talk about how we can go ahead and expand our cash flow today. That's what we about to tap into this on this good afternoon, man. We about to talk about how we can expand your cash flow. So, man, let's go ahead and dive into it, man, because I'm about to share my screen with you guys, man, and I'm about to drop four ways you can expand your cash flow. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Won't be long, but most definitely will be strong. So let's go ahead and talk about cash flow management and how we can go ahead and expand our cash flow. So if you're taking notes, the first way we can go ahead and expand our cash flow is by minimizing our taxes. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face. Taxes is a chainsaw massacre, and it takes the first 1/3 of your income off rip. So that means a third of your money is going to the government off top, all because you have a form filled out incorrectly called the W-4 form. Because this is one of the ways you can go ahead and minimize your taxes by properly adjusting your W-4 form. Now, I know you guys out there might not be familiar with your W-4 form. You may be more familiar with your W-2 because that's the form you go ahead and take and when you go file your taxes. But your W-4 form is the form you fill out once you first start working at your employer. And on IRS.gov website, it states that over 80% of Americans who work a job has this form filled out incorrectly and is giving Uncle Sam, aka the government, too much of your hard-earned income when you can be using it to get out of debt or for investing. So once you learn the game and learn that there's strategies in place, learn the strategies like I did, that's in place to help you minimize your taxes. Now, that's one way you can go ahead and expand your cash flow. The next way you can go ahead and expand your cash flow is by minimizing your expenses. And guys, when you cut back on some things that you don't need, all those subscriptions that you ain't watched in 6 months that's eating up your money, right? That's costing you an extra $100 to $200, depending on what the subscription you got. It ain't in your pocket. I don't know what you got going on, but I'm just speaking in general. Things, not even subscriptions, other things you haven't used in a while. If you haven't been going to the gym, but you got a membership, that's an expense right there that you can cut because you're wasting a membership. So it's just things like that. But once you free up those expenses and cut back on those expenses, and now you have more income and capital to get out of debt and to invest as well. So that's the second way you can go ahead and increase your expand your cash flow by minimizing your expenses. Now, a third way you can go ahead and expand your cash flow is by minimizing your debt. And guys, I stated that we call debt the chainsaw massacre, and not the chainsaw massacre, excuse me, we call debt the generational curse because it could be passed down for generations to come. Your kids can take on your debt. So if you out there thinking that, okay, I got debt and I ain't got to worry about it, well, somebody got to take it on. And I want you to think about who that person will be. So that's why you got to go ahead and minimize your debt, because once you go ahead and minimize your debt, that frees up more cash flow up out of your pocket. That frees up more cash flow. Now you don't have whoever you was in debt to in your pocket now. now you have more cash flow to invest and do whatever you may feel like you should do with the capital once you minimize your debt. And now that you done expand your cash flow by doing so. Because listen, the good word says this in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. It says, the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. So if you're in debt, in other words, whoever you're in debt to, you're a slave to them because they're the lender. So get other people up out of y'all pockets, guys. Get them up out of y'all pockets. Get them up out of y'all pockets expeditiously so you can go ahead and create some cash flow to start investing in stuff like that and stop passing on generation of debt. So let's talk about the fourth way we can go ahead and expand our cash flow is by increasing our credit score. And God, this is one of the most consistent ways you can go ahead and minimize your expenses. And the reason why I say that is because when credit scores go up, that means interest rates go down. So that means you're not paying for things 2 or 3 times as pertaining to the next individual who has bad credit. So you want to go ahead and get your credit score up as high as possible, because once you do that, it puts you in position to refinance some things. And once you refinance some things, you're saving money and expanding your cash flow and minimizing your expenses as well. So, God, this is cash flow management right here. These are the 4 ways you can expand your cash flow. And if you're looking for a system on how to do so, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I got you. Holla at your boy. But I just wanted to drop this game on you to show you how you can go ahead and increase your cash flow in this day and in this time. So, man, I catch up with y'all soon, man. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.